Hello from Athens. Yay, we finally made it to Athens. We got a coach from Patras and we arrived here at around maybe 11 o'clock in the morning. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday afternoon. It's now about 3 o'clock.
So the 𝐭𝐡𝐢𝐤 bus dropped us off at currently the main terminal coming from Patras. Thankfully, that's not always going to be the terminal because it was pretty much a nightmare.
Hell on earth.
There's no metro station by there, even though the documentation that we saw had stated that the metro station was right by there. So we needed to get either the 052 or the X93, I think it was, buses to get to a metro station to then get to where our accommodation is. And at that point, we were just like, no, enough is enough.
I honestly had enough. I was ready to murder people.
We've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning.
We hadn't eaten and had a coffee, nothing. Still haven't had a coffee.
No.
And people on the bus were just insufferable. So we got there and then Adam bought tickets for the bus and I was like, I'm just going to price an Uber. Thank God I did, because it said the bracket of €17 to 24 and it ended up being 13, so we just jumped an Uber. So we checked into our hotel, the Marble House, and it's about a 10-minute walk to the Acropolis. We're out now. We were going to go and get some tacos.
Yeah, so it's now just gone 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're going to go out and get a coffee, go and get something to eat, and then we'll probably come back, have a little bit of a nap, and then we can have a decent evening tonight, and then tomorrow we're heading to the Acropolis, but more of that later. So let's go and
explore Athens.
Yeah.
With coffee. Did I mention we're getting coffee?
We're getting coffee.
We got a coffee, and then we headed down into the metro.
We got single-use tickets, which covered us for anywhere on the metro line for up to 90 minutes, and that was €1.20, which is cheap as anything. We were all packed in like sardines all the way through, but it brought us out at Syntagma Square, which was fully decked out and ready for Christmas. We were just starting to have the last of the light of the day and just passing through that square and up the stairs, which brought us straight to the tomb of the unknown soldier and the Greek Houses of Parliament.
They were also doing a changing of the guard, but I think we missed it by about
30 seconds.
Yeah, we missed it. Trying to cross that road was hell on earth. But we got there and then had a little nose around there. Was going to go in the Royal Gardens. They look beautiful, but as we got in, a lady was blowing the whistle. So we came back out and she told us sunrise till sunset, so we'll go back there another day. After that, we walked down 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞 Street, which was coming from somewhere like Zante and arriving in Athens. It's just a sensory overload. My mind was blown. I've never seen so many shops in my life. It's just like probably like a UK city high street, you know, like a city centre shopping street, but it's just so much to take in. I haven't seen shops in ages.
We then made our way down through the flea market, which was extensive, and we only realised when we got down to Monastraki Square, which has all the rooftop bars looking up towards the Parthenon, that we missed out about half of the flea market. It was all the way up the other way around. We may get to that. It may have to be another time we visit Athens. But from that point on, we said, right, let's navigate back to our digs.
And we came across a hill, another hill, amazing views of the Acropolis of, I don't know what they were. I've got a map.
Now you have
to go and read in bed, because Google Maps just...
It's useful.
It's useful to get you places, but as for telling you about the local area, it's not that great. So I've got a map. I'm going to go to bed now and do some research. And when we talk to you next, we will be better equipped. But we took a gorgeous walk back, which took us
up and over,
like by the Acropolis, all through this park, like at the base of the Acropolis, and then found our way back to our hotel, got some snacks because we are going to hit the snack. We are going to hit the sack with eating snacks. And we'll see you tomorrow, because tomorrow we have got...
Tomorrow we're back at the Acropolis.
And I'm going to lose my shit. And we've got the museum at 9 o'clock, and then we've got a visit to the site at 2 o'clock. So full on history day tomorrow, and I can't wait.
And before that, we're going to be going for breakfast in the local neighbourhood.
We are.
And making our way to it. So, yeah, let's start day 2 in 3, 2, 1. So our accommodation is about 15 minutes walk from the Acropolis Museum. So we started off with a coffee and a little bit of breakfast from Bread Factory. Love that place.
New favourite place.
And then we had a little walk, lazy walk, all the way up the main road, which brought us right to this huge dedicated building. And wow, what a building in and of itself.
The design of the building is amazing, and we won't give too much away about it, but we just have to say that if you're coming to Athens and you're into your history, even if you're not, to be honest, even if you just want to know more about the Acropolis site and the different temples, the museum is well worth it. It cost us, I would say, about €40. I will confirm prices and put them on screen now. We got the Beat the Queue tickets, which, to be honest, in December you don't need because it's not busy. I imagine in summer it gets chocker.
That said, we got there at 9 o'clock when it opened. This is a random Thursday, the week before Christmas, and it's now 12:15. There are so many school groups in there, and there are so many people heading in there right now.
I would say the busiest time it got towards 11 o'clock. I noticed a lot of the tour groups to come in at 11 o'clock, but the museum is amazing. It's very accessible. It has lifts, 3 levels in total, with the excavation underneath, which you go to after you've completed the three levels. That is a must. The museum is set in incredible ground. The restaurant is lovely with the best coffee with the best views we've had in Athens so far. There's 2 gift shops. There are loads of toilets on every level. You can eat lunch there. You can have a really good meal there. The menu is good. Pricey-ish, but I would say probably on par with prices back at home for us. Price-wise, but yeah, the way the museum is designed is incredible. The staff are amazing. Everyone is so helpful, and it's so clean. It's beautiful.
It's so well thought out, so well designed. As I said, it's a dedicated building, and it's literally been erected purely to tell the story of Acropolis, the Parthenon, the history of the Parthenon, and the temples up there, but mainly the Parthenon. And there's a great video which looks like it rotates with Greek commentary with English subtitles, and then English commentary with Greek subtitles, and that gives you a really great, not only background of it, but the history going through the life of the Parthenon. So much that I didn't know, and just stunning.
And also as well, 2 things I would advise: going up to the top floor and then coming down. I think that probably works better.
Yeah.
And I would also advise, when you're on the top floor and you've watched the video of the Parthenon, so you're there, like the big TV screen with seat, then as you're going back down the escalators, there's a little TV screen with like 4 or 5 stools. Go there and watch the display there, because it explains a lot, and it is well worth a watch, so definitely go there. So yeah, I would say it's a definite thumbs up from us. Our plan now is to get lunch, and then we're heading up to the Acropolis later. I'm so excited. 2 o'clock. things to say. Let's start off. When you buy your tickets, you can buy them on the way in, or you can buy them in advance. We bought them in advance. We ended up buying them from, I won't want to say it was a scam. It wasn't a scam, but we basically bought them from a website that wasn't the official website, even though it looked like the official website. I am not my dad. I know when something's a scam. And evidently I am my dad because I bought it from not the official site.
It was a third-party site.
It was.
And how it turned out, we came to the gates and we went to scan the QR codes, and they said, no, they were scanned 2 days ago, which was really frustrating. However, we got straight onto the website that we ordered them on, called them, said, we're at the gate, we've been turned away. And, well, first we had an apology from them on the phone, and within 3 minutes we had a new email with a new set of QR codes, which worked fine.
We got in and it was fine, no drama. But anyway, so just double, triple check that you are actually buying them from a legit sort of place.
Shall we link in the video
I will link
below?
where we bought ours from, and then I will link the actual official. But it's on you. You check that. That is the official site.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we got in. December seems like the perfect time to come. Listen, we've all seen the horror stories of how busy it gets, you know, in the summer. December is perfect. We've been so lucky. The weather is beautiful, and most importantly, it's so clear.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it, Ads? Isn't it amazing?
Just the views you can see for absolute miles. There's pretty much no cloud in the sky. We still do have the sun, but it's not too hot. These exact same conditions in the summer, it would be unbearable. You said you've seen reports of people passing out. Yeah,
there's literally no shade here. So guys, do yourself a favour, either come early, when I say early, be at the gate ready to go, or come later on. Do not come in the middle of the afternoon if you're coming of the summer. In the winter, we came at 2 o'clock. The sun is probably, it's like the hottest point in the day. It's fine. Bring water. We did not. We forgot. We got a bit carried away with the limoncello at lunch, but bring water, and there are also toilets here.
Also, there's a vending machine up here selling bottles of water for 50 cents.
Is there?
Just up around the corner. I got some footage of it.
Did you get?
I didn't. We can go back and get some.
Didn't get water, I'm dying.
50 cents for, I think they're 500ml bottles of water. So, but don't rely on that, because in the middle of the summer, it's probably going to be empty. They are also building what looks like some kind of cafe, bistro maybe, so that might be done within the next 6 months to 12 months as well. So
you've obviously seen a different part of the Acropolis to what I have. I haven't seen any of that. Yeah, it's amazing, guys. It's a must visit, I would say.
We asked a number of people whether we should do this place first or the museum. What would you do?
Museum first, 1000%.
Yeah.
This, for us, I probably knew more than the kind of average person off the street about the Acropolis. Adam knew practically nothing about it, but we would both say, go to the museum first, get a real understanding of the space and the buildings, and then come here and appreciate it all in its glory. We're going to continue doing our thing. The walk up is absolutely fine.
It's not hard at all. You can take it completely at your own pace.
The sights on the way up are beautiful. Oh, and by the way, we used the south slope entrance to come in, which I believe is the quieter one. There are 2 to choose from, so you do you.
The south slope entrance is directly opposite, across from the museum as well.
It is.
It's the one you come to.
But yeah, come and explore. It's bloody amazing. Some parts of the floor are a little bit slippy. Some of them wear flat shoes. We've seen Instagram girls in the heels who can be arsed, not me. Wear flat shoes and enjoy. After the Acropolis, we wandered our way down and explored the neighbourhood of Plaka. Now, we've been told about this place. Loads of people have said to go and see it, go and explore it. To be honest, we wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was very much the same kind of stuff we see day in, day out in Zakynthos, like tourist shops, etc. There was a number of cute little bars there, very overpriced, really, on par with what we would generally pay back at home.
Then after Plaka, we ended up having a lovely little drink on 𝐤𝐤𝐤, just a little bit up from Monastraki Square, with a view of where we'd literally just been. And that was actually the spot where we first saw the Acropolis and the Parthenon the first day we were actually in Athens.
After that, we decided to walk home. At this point, we were absolutely exhausted. We'd done about, I would say, about 22,000 steps at this point, and we just needed a little rest. So we got back to our hotel, chilled for a little bit, showered, changed, and then back out for the evening. Now, the neighbourhood that we're staying in had this really great tap room, and we passed it walking back to our digs the previous night, and we decided to go there for a little aperitif before dinner.
It's called Blensom, and from the looks of it inside, they've actually got loads of merch. They've got all that kind of stuff, and it looks like they have between 8 and 10 beers on tap at any one time. I had a lovely IPA. You had like a coffee stout.
Yeah.
It was quite on the pricey side. You kind of expect that with regards to craft ales and the like. It was just a little bit of a shop, paying €7 for much less than a pint. I'd say it was around 400ml. That seems to be quite the popular measure here, 400ml for a beer or lager. It was lovely though, really, really nice change from having either Mythos or Fix all year in Zakynthos. So from that point, we were ready to eat, and we headed to a place that Emma had had on her list since before we even planned to come to Athens this year.
It's called 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐸 Street Food, and it is absolutely amazing, literally around the corner from where we stayed, which seems to be quite a neighbourhood kind of vibe. It's lovely. It's a very, very, very small place with a sliding door, one in, one out kind of vibe. When we got there, the place was really busy, and there was already a lady waiting outside, so we just assumed the position to wait. So we decided on our food, and then we waited for about 15 minutes, which it wasn't too bad to be honest, and got bustled inside, and yeah, we had starters, Thai fish cakes for me, Adam got...
I had the pork dumplings.
Dumplings.
We had a chang each as well.
Yeah, we
did.
did.
Do not forget the chang.
And then we got a main each. To be honest, we kind of over-ordered because we were stuffed. I got pad see ew chicken, and Adam got...
Yes.
No idea what it's called.
Mine was like a minced pork with chilies and peppers, with a side of rice and a fried egg on top of that. Honestly, there were flavours that I'd never had before together, and we've been to Thailand.
Yeah.
But and we ate a lot when we were in Thailand. I'd never had those flavours together. I remember saying to you when I was eating it, there are flavours that I've never had before, and yet every single one of them together was literally me on a plate.
Yeah, it was amazing. So
Stunning.
after, it was quite on the pricey side, to be fair. I think the bill cost us €58, which I think is quite pricey. But it was decent food, so
yes.
Next time we go back there, I would definitely not order starters, or just order a load of starters rather than the main.
Because it's a small plates, isn't it? It's a small plates place.
It is a street food place, so yeah. And then after that, we took a lovely long walk because we just needed to walk that food off, both of us.
We went up a part around the Acropolis and down into like Monastraki that we don't think we'd walked before, and
we need to find out what the area is called because it's amazing. Loads of little cafes,
and we'll put it on here. You took a number of photos for geotagging,
like street location, street musicians and buskers and very little cafes. It was lovely. Now you do walk through. From what I think it is the Acropolis it's kind of in a park, possibly. I don't know if it's a park, but a green space, and there's loads of different paths all the way around. Like usually our usual route when we're going that way takes us up the side of the museum, but we came at it a different way and wandered around. Anyway, we ended up somewhere, and our plans were to go to 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 just because everyone had told us about it. Now it's not really our thing, like we're not really like Instagrammy sort of all that kind of stuff, but we just thought we'd take you along, so we suffered for our YouTube channel.
Our friends of ours, Louise and Paul, had told me about 𝐿𝐿𝐶 and said it's actually a very small shop that sells like seasonal stuff, and especially around Christmas, it's Christmas decorations, but they kind of take over the whole thing and decorate it, and that's what I knew going in. That's all I knew. So we saw a door with 𝐿𝐿𝐶, and I thought, oh, this is cute to get into the shop. So
well, there was three things.
But that's not what we saw first, was it? We just saw that door. That's what I saw.
Well, first of all, we saw the lights at the end of the street. I mean, you cannot like not see them. Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm surprised they haven't had complaints from the nearby airport.
Honestly, it was so bright. So then we walked up, and as Adam was saying, we saw this door, and I was like, "What's inside the door?" Thinking it'd be the shop, and I said to Adam, try and go in the door. There was like door staff there, and I was like, what is going on? But the place outside was rammed. Like, you couldn't, it was very much like, oh my God, you're in a photo, or you're in this, you're in that. It was just rammed, and I'm not a fan of crowds, so I was like hating every minute. Plus, I'm not a big fan of Christmas, so for me, this was hell.
So I said to the guy, I said, can we come in? He said, you're just two? I said, yeah. And he said, oh, up there. And he pointed to another door on the opposite side, a little further up. And I said, oh, are we, and I still hadn't said any shop, and he said, it's the same up there. And I thought, okay, maybe they've expanded to do a second shop. So we walked up there, and they said hello and let us in. And it was this point where I was filming, and Emma said,
It's not a shop, it's a restaurant.
oh.
Yes, it was a restaurant.
Not a shop.
Not a shop. So it turns out we were actually getting seated, bearing in mind we'd just eaten all this fucking Thai food, and we were
literally
like,
just started to walk it off.
I was like, Mr. Blobby's just arrived in this friggin' Christmas threw-up place. So then she seated us at a table, and we were just like, it was a sensory overload, because I was looking up, and then my hair kept getting stuck on a Christmas decoration.
It was a fake poinsettia.
I was like getting ragged like that, and I was thinking, what's happening? So then the waitress comes over, pours 2 glasses of water, and Adam's like, should we just go? And I'm like, you can't just walk out, it's rude. And then the menus come out, and the prices. So it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a restaurant, it's coffee place. It's like where you can get your hot chocolates, all your coffees, and then they do cocktails, soft drinks, and desserts. So it's kind of like a dessert. It's ridiculous.
It's a branded experience, right?
Let me just tell you, the graphic designer needs sacking, because the font they used on the menus was the wrong font, and it was very difficult.
They wanted the picture behind. We're in the design world. They wanted a picture behind. They wanted a certain font, and as a result, they added a stroke, and it was just.
It was too much.
You took some pictures, right?
Yeah, it's
Have
too much.
a look at this. How hard is that to read?
It's too much. So I was like, Adam, what should we do? And he's like, let's just leave. And then we were debating leaving, and the waiting staff in there are just...
They weren't great.
They weren't great. So anyway, we ended up ordering hot chocolate. Last thing, why didn't we just have a beer?
Because they were so expensive.
We got a hot chocolate, €8.30, and it came in just a mug.
It was your nan's spare mug from the back of the cupboard. They both matched, but you know that Christmas mug that's at the back of your nan's cupboard that only comes out when there's too many people for the regular mugs? It was
emergency mugs. So we got the hot chocolate. It was not hot chocolate, it was warm chocolate. It was literally warm. And there was no cream. So if I go and get a hot chocolate, if I'm getting like a bougie hot chocolate, you want cream, you want sprinkles.
If I'm paying €8.30 for a hot chocolate.
You want sprinkles and you want a flake, right? They're like the minimum requirements for... Yeah.
Really? Wouldn't it melt?
Oh, yeah.
I thought this when you said this last night. I thought it's
I'm
not
getting
99.
confused with Mr. Whippy. I'm getting confused with 99. But I want chocolate of some sort,
You want
right?
marshmallows?
Oh, that's it, yeah. I want marshmallow. I want
Not
everything.
flake.
I want everything, right?
I want everything for €8.30.
And it came and it was just hot chocolate, like a Cadbury's hot chocolate. Yeah, they had done their thing.
It felt velvetised.
Yeah.
Never had a velvetised before, but...
So then we had a photo shoot. We joined all the Instagram ones.
We just thought, let's do it.
And we just had a ball. We were just cracking up laughing.
As you
and
can
the
see.
waitress was like looking at us like, get out of here. Anyway, paid our bill, like €18 something. Went down to the toilet, no loo seat on the toilet.
No door.
I had a door.
No, you had a door to your cubicle, but there was no door in the thing. So you didn't know what was men's, what was women's.
No door. And
it's a very strange place.
And no loo seat. So after that, we were just like, that was weird. So we left, and then we went home to bed because we just needed to recover from that experience.
And so now you join us on our last day in Athens, and Emma,
What's the plan for today?
Shopping. We're going to shop.
There's probably not going to be much.
There's going to be no content, guys. We're going to shop.
Come with us shopping, though.
Come with us shopping. We're going to shop. We need to get all the goodies from Marks and Spencer's food. We need to get... I need to get a full coverage concealer and an acetone.
I mean, don't we all?
And Adam's getting a pair of Skechers, and I'm possibly getting some new travel clothes for Thailand.
You know you're a certain age when you get excited over a pair of Skechers.
And then at 4 o'clock we're booked into the rooftop bar. We left our hotel and we took that glorious walk all the way into town. We had not a very successful shopping trip in town, I would say. It was very busy and overwhelming, and I just didn't end up getting anything. But we did spend nearly €100 in M&S food, so that was a really good shout. After we attempted to shop and then failed to shop, we actually had a reservation at a rooftop bar for 4:30. It was called the Hyper Astro Bar, and it was one that I booked about a week beforehand, and it was lovely. We just sat down, didn't we, Ad? And we just had a couple of drinks. I had a tiramisu, couple of glasses of Pinot Grigio, and watched the sunset.
It was absolutely stunning. I do have to say it's pretty much one of the only evenings since we've been here in Athens that there was cloud, but the cloud I think just made it that little bit even more dramatic as the sun started to set and the lights started to go. The lights all over the Parthenon started to kind of light up, and throughout the city. What a beautiful city this is.
And then after that we went for a drink in a really busy but lovely bar. Noel and I had a really festive kind of drink. Adam had an old fashioned, it was fabulous. And then after that we took a massive walk. So the walk was about a 25-minute walk. It was to a very high-rated Indian restaurant at the kind of like the north side, so kind of opposite to where we were, because we're staying like kind of south of the Acropolis, but this was all the way north. It did take us past Syntagma Square and like further north, but it was well worth it. The food was great, wasn't it? It was just like this tiny little neighbourhood place. I mean, we figured actually a lot of the best places to eat are in the little neighbourhoods, but this place was amazing.
It was called the Pink Elephant, and from Britain we know a decent Indian when we have one, and oh, this is really up there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so good.
Stunning food, great service, and once we'd finished there, on the way back, we were seeing so many of these little neighbourhood bars, and it seems like a real big thing here, doesn't it?
And they literally make a bar out of nothing, like they just rack a couple of stools out onto the pavement and everyone's just like living the best lives. We've had such a wonderful time, haven't we, exploring. Last night was it was a perfect day to like round up our last full day in Athens. We got to see it like at its busiest. It literally is the weekend before Christmas, so the shops were chocker, and it was lovely because everyone was kind of in the festive spirit last night, and everyone was going out dressed up, and it was lovely to see. But after we had our curry, we actually took the metro back because I don't think we could walk. We've put in so many miles on this trip, and then we kind of just passed out in bed. This morning we've been for a lovely breakfast in another little neighbourhood cafe, very little trendy place.
It's just around the corner from us. It's called the Happy Hippo. I had the fluffy pancakes with bacon and syrup, and I had this gorgeous bagel, scrambled egg, bacon in there.
We've eaten so well this trip, haven't we? I've put a stone on, but it's been well worth it.
Speaking of all the lovely places that we've been to, they will be listed below in one kind of main Google Maps link. So if there's anything that you're interested in that we've mentioned here, check out the description below. That'll have it all in. And if there's anything that we miss that we haven't put in there, please let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure that we let you know and add that to the list as well.
Definitely, we've got the mammoth journey ahead of us now of heading back to Zakynthos via a bus and a ferry, which I'm not looking forward to, but hopefully it's all goes relatively quick and pain-free. We are getting the taxi from the hotel to the bus station and then jumping on the bus, getting on the ferry, back on the bus because we've left our car at the bus station in Zakynthos, and then we're home to our gorgeous pussycat boys who we have missed so much. We hope you've enjoyed following along on this trip to Athens. Do we have plenty more of these trips planned?
Oh yeah.
Especially to mainland Greece as well.
Absolutely. I will say, just like I said at the end of the Patras trip, which if you haven't seen that, that's up here. That was where we went before we came to Athens. This is the first and it definitely won't be the last. This is now our new capital city and I can't wait to come back again and again and again at different times throughout the year to see different parts of it.
Completely. We hope you've enjoyed watching this. As always, if you have, give it a thumbs up, a cheeky like, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And also all of our links on where to find us and a little bit more about us are in the description below. So take care and we will see you on the next one.
Let's call it Uber.
Bye.
Bye.